Hustle all day if you want it. Yes, Lord. Better know it. I was raised in the South, in the South. Yes, Lord. Hustle all day in the South. Yes, Lord.
Stand alone,
Better know it. I was raised in the South. Better know it. Yes, Lord. Hustle all day if you want it. Yes, Lord. Better know it. I was raised in the South, in the South. Yes, Lord. Hustle all day in the South. Yes, Lord. Better know it. I was raised in the South. Better know it. Yes, Lord. I was taught to be a hustler, no, not a customer. So if I'm trying to get you game, no, you fucking up. But if you give me an excuse, that mean you tough enough. Then you gon' have to show the proof. So get your hustle up. When I was coming up, shit, I never done enough to finish runner-up. I knew I had to double up. And for the ones coming under us who wanna get a buck, if you broke, you ain't done enough. I think about when I was coming up. That's when life was fun as fuck. Now I'm chasing checks, trying to run them up. It be them other niggas bummy, bro. Them suckers, they don't got a buck. It's sad to say, but pimpin', I don't give a fuck. Hustle all day if you want it. Yes, Lord. Better know it. I was raised in the South, in the South. Yes, Lord. Hustle all day in the South. Yes, Lord. Better know it. I was raised in the South. Better know it. Yes, Lord. All day. If you's a bum nigga, know I can't run with you. And if you turning down help, then you's a dumb nigga. Now why the fuck would you run from the funds, nigga? Just forget it. Tell your folks they need to come get you. I work hard to get it done, nigga. I stamp my name on everything, I'm the one, nigga. Cause when the people see the hustles on one nigga, it won't be hard to tell the shit that you done, nigga. You make excuse after excuse like a bum, nigga. They'll wonder why my number's heavy like a ton, nigga. I guess a nigga think I hustle just for fun. That's the reason you will never be the one, bitch. I hustle all day, nigga. Hustle all day if you want it. Yes, Lord. Better know it. I was raised in the South, in the South. Yes, Lord. Hustle all day in the South. Yes, Lord. Better know it. I was raised in the South. Better know it. Yes, Lord. All day. Hustle all day if you want it. Yes, Lord.
Stand alone,
Yes,
nigga.
Lord.
Stand alone, nigga.
Yeah, man.
What's happening, man? What's happening? Welcome to Big Business Podcast.
You know, BBP episode 19. And it's staying once again.
Yes, sir.
See Miss Young, 80s baby in the building. What's good?
Y'all know if it ain't big business, we ain't talking about it. Y'all know what it is, man. Welcome everybody. But before we crank up, you know what we gotta do, right?
Yeah.
Gotta do. Okay, let's turn up one time.
One time, let me pop my shit, man.
Big talk. They done got me pissed off. It started down the bottle, ain't no crystal. I ain't first up in a minute, back to business, about to lift off. Bitch, I'm talking big talk. They done got me pissed off. It started down the bottle, ain't no crystal. I ain't first up in a minute, back to business, about to lift off. Bitch, I'm talking big talk.
Big talk.
Yeah, man. Salute to the ladies that's already in the building, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. We want to give people a chance to slide through the door. So, you know, it's all about TTF, man. TTF Volume 2, man. Y'all
Yeah,
ain't
man.
talk to the people about the song we finna play, man. And then we gonna crank up.
Higher than you ever been, you know. It's the last one I put up on my channel and whatnot. Higher than you ever, and it actually goes with the first thing we're gonna talk about. We're gonna touch on this Three Chiefs fan and this fentanyl epidemic going on. They got perk 30s and all this shit laced with fentanyl. So we're gonna talk about it, man. This is higher than you ever been.
Yes, sir. One of my favorite songs, man. Right here on Big Business Podcast. Let go.
Hey, I got a new batch and it's so fire. Yeah, forget that old shit. This'll take you higher. He said, I heard it all. You singing to the choir. I said, you might be wrong. Just go ahead and try it. Just don't do it now. Custo left with a smile. He started off with Oxycontin. Now he's speedballing. ACL torn in high school, started popping pills. Doctor got them calls so much he couldn't get them prescriptions filled. Just trying to cope with it, got hooked on opiates. Couldn't stop. Tried to wean it off on heroin and now we can't find a vein. Can't find a lane to push that shit through. Tolerance so high it's just to get through. But if you take this here, you gon' be higher than you ever been. Once he hit it with that fit, not too much, just a little bit. Say you never felt like this. Mix it with that boy, mix it with that girl. This that lethal swirl, shit that'll rock your world. Once it's laced, you gon' be higher than you ever been. Percocet mixed with Fent, not too much, just a little bit. Say you never felt like this. Mix it with that boy, mix it with that girl. This that lethal swirl, shit that'll rock your world. Once it's laced, you gon' be higher than you ever been. He never felt the drug like this. Had to call the plug just to give him credit. Had to get administered. Came from the medics. Could've lost his life, but he went back twice. Had to get some more. Losing this battle like what am I here for? I started to get sick, then I wanted some shit. Not the regular shit though. I need that shit that'll blow my mind. I just hope that I don't overdose on the same drug 2 times. Caught a plug like, hey, give me that shit you gave me before. That shit was dope. After I copped, I met this woman walking through the streets. You need some help? Looking like she needed to pick me up. I said, come with me. Back to the motel, then I let her in. Told her, here, take this medicine. Hey, look, you gon' be higher than you ever been. Once you get up with this fit, not too much, just a little bit. Say she never felt like this. Mix it with that boy, mix it with that girl. This that lethal swirl, shit that'll rock your world. Once it's laced, you gon' be higher than you ever been. Percocet mixed with Fent, not too much, just a little bit. Say she never felt like this. Mix it with that boy, mix it with that girl. This that lethal swirl, shit that'll rock your world. Once it's laced, you gon' be higher than you ever been. Once it's laced, you gon' be higher than you ever been. Higher than you ever been. Once it's laced, you gon' be higher than you ever been. We hit her with that Fent. Hit him with that Fent. He hit him with that Fent. Cautionary tales in this nation where affliction dwells. I still caution. Ride out. Yeah. Ride out. Yeah. Ride out. Ride out. I actually, it's crazy that Three Chiefs fan story. Well, hold on, let me. Miss Lorraine in the building. What's good? Good to see you. D Love done stepped in the building. What's good? And it's crazy because I said mix it with that boy, which is heroin. Mix it with that girl, which is cocaine. Yeah. And a lot of people, when you think of fentanyl, you don't think of it being mixed with cocaine. So this story here, you know, if anybody was thinking, well, I never heard that it was mixed with that too. Well, yes, it is. And this is a cautionary tale, like I said, about mixing fentanyl with cocaine. So
absolutely. So for those who haven't been following this case, this is a story of 3 Kansas City men who lost their life after a Kansas City Chief game. And I don't want to just refer to them as the Kansas City Chiefs fans, but I guess them watching the game, you know, painted the picture. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I remember asking Jesus, like, man, why the hell they calling them that, man? These people got names, so
right.
But the story has, I ain't gonna say taken a turn, but more information came out some weeks ago, maybe about a week ago, but nothing major than what a lot of us already thought.
Right.
So we just wanted to touch on it, and definitely your commentary or your comments in the chat, or hell, if you want to come up here, feel free to do so. You got anything you want to preference before we play the video, bro?
Yeah, and we gonna talk about it, but just why is it being handled how it's handled? I'm sure they have a reason. The KCPD has a reason why they're handling it with such kid gloves, it seems.
All right.
But let's go ahead and watch this, and we gonna talk about it.
We gonna talk about it.
Oh,
John and Tyrese Harrington, the parents of David Harrington, one of the Kansas City Chiefs fans found dead in a scientist's backyard, say, quote, "There's more to the story after toxicology reports suggested that they took a deadly mix of drugs." Teresa told News Nation's Chris Cuomo, quote, "What matters is that he didn't take them to die. It just means that there's more to the story. There's more to it than just that. He didn't take them to die. If he took the drugs on his own, he took them to get high." She also noted that David wasn't a drug addict or anything like that, and suggested he may have taken the lethal combination of drugs under, quote, peer pressure.
He didn't take that to die. Something happened between either that was given to him. It just means that there's more to the story. There's more to it than just that.
Her husband, John, also said that the toxicology reports don't fully explain how their son and his friends were found frozen days after visiting their other friend, Jordan Willis, saying, quote, "Somebody gave them something that would kill them." Jordan Willis, though, has not been charged with any wrongdoing, and the deaths remain under investigation.
Let me show you how we do stuff around here.
So,
Actually,
with that being said, everybody's being down on Jordan Willis, because his story changed. So everybody, there's some wrongdoing, like you said. The truth don't need no help. Is that what you? Did I say that correctly?
You said it right.
Okay, I was thinking you might have said something else, but definitely the truth definitely don't need no help. But as far as legally within the letter of the law, when it comes to a situation like this, can we actually prosecute Jordan Willis over this situation?
Well, it's a lot of variables in this case, which we know they are not treating it like a homicide. It's a death investigation.
Right.
So what I wanted to know, was there anybody in the history of situations like this ever been arrested and charged? And I found a case that came out of Santa Ana, California. And it was a federal case, like you said.
Right.
It was like 7 drug dealers who distributed, which they were selling the drug, and it was fentanyl, and it resulted in the death of someone. And it said they could face a mandatory minimum sentence of 20 years in federal prison and a potential sentence of life without parole. So, like I said, there's a lot of variables in this situation. These guys can't speak for themselves. They did. So the thing is, we done heard one of the cousins of one of the victims say, this is what Jordan does. He gives out drugs to his friends. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, we can say, well, they took it. They didn't have to take it.
Right.
I was talking to YJ backstage, and I was like, but what if he gave them something, telling them it's this, but it really wasn't? And he knew that. We can't prove that.
Right.
So, can they be charged? I feel like they can be, but it's going to take some hellified investigation by law enforcement.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it boils down to, is what you can prove. Because like in that case that you just talked about, where that did happen, I'm pretty sure that, district attorney had solid evidence that they were selling this drug with this in it. And this is a whole different case. We dealing with friends who were all, you know, together and supposedly all doing it together, we would say, as especially since the Jordan Willis dude then been to a rehab since then and everything. So it's kind of hard to prove. It's hard to prove. You got what was that that they said control distribution of a controlled substance that ends up in a death or bodily harm. That's a federal crime.
Right.
But to prove that crime, it's a like there has to be proof of them distributing this to them.
Right.
Who passed away.
Right. And the thing is, we talked, matter of fact, about a week ago about the time that he had after, you know, they came and picked up the bodies or whatnot. Hell, not before, not even then. They died on a Sunday. The police wasn't even sent to their house until Tuesday. He had 2 days to clean up his house. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get all evidence. Because if you didn't know, he's a scientific scientist with AIDS and dealing with that type of shit. So he have access to all types of drugs.
Right.
But of course, if he don't have those drugs in his home, or he didn't have the drugs in his home at the time where law enforcement came, which they did a piss poor job investigating the scene, ain't shit they can do. That's why they never treated it like a homicide, because he was very, very cooperative when they came. So they didn't need no warning. They didn't have to get no warning or nothing. So,
and when it comes to why it's still being treated how it is treated, yes, I think it is because the proof, and for two, what my intuition tells me is that when they did the initial going into the house when he was cooperative, there was so much that was missed that maybe they, you know, it's one of them, we got to get our story straight type of things. I'm trying to figure out why it took so long, why it's taking so long, basically.
Well, and I understand it being the fact that he was cooperative, but at the same time, how many people that have killed someone, police investigated, they asked everybody these questions, they're like, I'll help you do everything you can to solve this case, and they the one who fucking did it. So I don't understand why just because he cooperated with them, that makes him like, oh, we ain't gonna even treat this like no damn homicide. No, it shouldn't work like that.
Well, not 100%, but definitely if someone is cooperating, you kind of, you know, a person who is cooperating to some extent is cooperating. So why are we gonna sit here and do all of that? I know why, because there's 3 bodies there. So I'm kind of asking that as a rhetorical question.
It's the same reason you said there's no way they overdose. 3 people don't overdose at the same time, right? Then you say that there's something suspicious about that shit, bro.
And then to respond to that, because I did say that. So what I will say to that is the levels that were in their body, nobody could have survived that.
Right.
Like, it's not humanly possible. Usually with fentanyl, it's not too much, just a little bit. Like I said, on Higher Than I Ever Been, a song that we played, that's usually how it is mixed into these drugs, into these Percocet, to where people are popping Percocet like crazy, and there's no overdose happening because it's such a small dosage that it takes. And it makes me think that whoever made or whoever mixed up this batch or whatnot, this bad batch, maybe they didn't know what they was doing. And with these substances, it's really scientific. You got people on the street that got these drugs. They not no scientists. Now, Jordan Willis, he would have knew what to do with it. So that's why, I don't know, man.
So, hey, hey, that's a great segue to what I want to say. But first, I want to ask you a question, because of what you just said. It makes me wonder. Do you think, or do you don't believe Jordan Willis was the guilty culprit of giving these guys the drugs? Because he makes this shit, and if you're making it and you give it to them, you play a part of it.
I don't know. There's no proof as of now that he did make it. What if Jordan Lewis bought it
and gave it out. I
For
don't
what?
know.
When he's known for doing it, he's been known to do this since high school. I understand you got
But
to
that's
go by the facts. I get
right.
it. But at the same time, 2 + 2 = 4. You in a person's house who's known for distributing drugs to his friends,
Well, who said that though? That was a family of a victim who
and that.
said that.
Listen, they haven't interviewed a lot of people or a lot of the childhood friends. Remember that when you're interviewing a family member, feelings are involved. But when you're talking to somebody who knows the facts, they're gonna tell you the facts, regardless if it makes them look bad or not. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like they are bad people because they was doing drugs. I mean, that's just the world. But the thing is, the thing that bothers me is the simple fact that it was 3 times the amount that the body could take.
Right.
To me, and I'm gonna say he made it. I know you say you don't know, but I'm gonna say he did. He made it. Why did you put so much fucking fentanyl in that shit when you know how deadly fentanyl is?
Ignorance.
Ignorance.
I don't think. Look, if he made it, then yes, your narrative stands. But if he didn't make it, someone else made it, and they were ignorant to the facts of it. He does, and to when it comes down to it, he does AIDS research. So AIDS research doesn't deal with fentanyl. I don't think. Maybe it do. I don't know. But where do you even find that kind of information to I don't know. It's a tough one.
I've never heard of fentanyl being prescribed, and this is ignorance for me because I don't know. Hell, I don't even know what fentanyl comes from, but I will say this: he has access to drugs. I don't know what drugs and how he actually got fentanyl. We don't know, but we do know he do have access to all kind of drugs. It's just like somebody, let's say, selling beats was illegal. Somebody came from your house, you're making beats, and they say, I don't know where the fuck he got the beat from. Or it's just a fucking coincidence that he just came from a producer's house. You know what I'm saying? Nah, police ain't gonna rock like that, bro. Hell no. Let me look at the chat, man. I ain't speak to none of the people. Lioness in the building. 80s baby. Miss Young. Miss Young says she going to a street fight, nigga. I'm like, God.
Oh,
D Love. My love's in the building. I don't know who Time is, but thank you for sliding.
Time in the building. What's good?
Appreciate you for coming through. Who else? 80s baby. I think I spoke to 80s baby. Thick 80s baby on Facebook, in case you didn't know.
Right.
Yeah, let me see what they talking about.
I didn't know.
I damn sure didn't either. Ms. Young said, I say yes and no. Did he take it willingly or who provided the drugs?
So yeah, and the thing is, if a drug dealer provided these drugs, then that's what happened. A drug dealer provided these drugs, people died, and the drug dealer, who nobody knows, should be guilty or accountable for distributing drugs that led to bodily harm or death, and that would be a charge. But as far as how we can prove that, how is that proved? If
Yeah,
Jordan.
I thought red.
I was gonna say Jordan Willis. There would have to be like you went. I'm going back to the investigation you talking about. It would have to be some hellified investigation to find out that Jordan Willis is that dope boy.
Well, you know how the jump out boys, the drug tasks when they watching someone's home because they suspect or have some type of suspicion that they're selling drugs at this home. They see somebody leave the home, pull them over for whatever reason because they didn't put a blank on or they had a tag light on, find drugs in their car.
Yep.
They don't snitch. Where do you get the drugs from? Shit. I've been had them.
I had them.
I've been had them.
I was born with these drugs in my ass crack. What you talking about?
So, they don't have probable cause to go back and kick them people dough in because they didn't say nothing. But 9 times out of 10, they already thinking, you got them drugs from that man's house. I know that's why you went there. And it's the same thing But it's a little different because somebody's saying that this is what he did for all his life, damn near. So if somebody's saying this, law enforcement hears this, they gonna take him for his word. Or let's say the same guys that got pulled over for coming from the dope man house say, yeah, I got it from that house right there. And they could be fucking lying. But guess what they gonna do? They gonna go kick their fucking dough in, right?
Yeah, they gonna follow their lead.
Exactly. So this man who's telling you what he's done for so long, that's not a lead.
Nah.
Yo, get the fuck out of here, Jizzle.
Nah, it ain't, man. Can it be if it can be held up in court, then it is. Could that be held up in court?
They get a warrant to keep them people dough in just because this man said I got them drugs from his house. They'll get a warrant. All they gotta do is call the DA. I got him. He said he got the drugs from him. Sign off on the warrant. Boom, keep the dough in. Probable cause, right?
I think motive plays a part, I think.
All right. That goddamn Jizzle. He's a rebel.
It play motive. What's good? Tom in the building. Stay woke. Yes, sir. What happened? Or yes, I don't know if it's a man or a woman, so excuse me. But D-Love said, and this is something I had thought, what happened to the one that survived? Now, the friend that was the friend, the fifth friend, is that, would that be the one that survived?
Yeah, my assumption, and this is an assumption, I don't think he fucked with them drugs.
Because, yeah, the fifth friend came out after the second story came out. It said the fifth friend comes out.
Mm-hmm. And he left. He left around midnight.
Yeah. So, yeah, that goes along with what Miss Young said after that. But to this point, we don't know. There hasn't been an official press conference with police and you know, chief of police or whoever. There hasn't been anything officially given to the public. The public, as far as the public, but when you have the families, the full autopsies have been released to the families. And from what I'm hearing and they're saying is that the families say that in the autopsy, there's nothing clear, cut, and dry in it.
So I don't think nothing's going to change when the full report comes out. I mean, if they already got the pretty much the prelim reports and it's telling you the basics. All the full report is going to show you is it's going to give you a detailed breakdown.
Right, the percentage of
right. So it's still not going to change anything unless they left something off of the preliminary reports, which I don't think they did, but who knows? But I will say this. If this man walked free.
This man meaning who?
Jordan Willis. Shit.
Okay, hey.
Listen, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I read in that earlier case that happened out of Santa Ana, California. Those guys were charged. I don't know what the results was because I didn't finish reading the entire case. But it's nothing. It's really nothing different from this one. Only thing that was different was he sold it to them.
And I think that's the key.
Okay.
I think that's the key. Loyalty and betrayal in the building. Say I gotta plug my phone up in the truck. I'm out doing some things. Stop by. What's up, all my baby daddies? What's good?
What up, Chloe? What's going on? D-Love says his pocket's probably deep and he knows people, in my opinion. Anybody else would have been picked up by now. Oh, that brings me to this question.
What's up?
Him going to rehab, does that hurt or help his part in this case?
Help.
Break that down, please, because I think it hurts.
What's the first step in the 12-step program? Acknowledging you have. Yeah. So with him, he admitting to even enter, he's admitting, and that's the first step. So regardless, what can you prove in court?
So
I don't think it's messed up, but when it comes down to it, the truth and what you can prove in court are two separate things.
true. Can't argue that.
So I think because there, it is what it is. He know everybody knows they was in there doing some shit they wasn't supposed to. They had no business doing anyway. So I look at it like he's already kind of looking at like a shady individual. At least going to rehab kind of makes him look like he's taking accountability for doing the drug. That's not taking accountability for a murder though.
Right. So I'm gonna tell you why I feel like it hurts him, because if he has a drug problem, it's easy for him to have a drug problem because he have access to so many drugs.
That was an assumption though by people who came out. Okay, keep on. My bad.
But how is it an assumption when he's a scientist and we don't know the type of drugs they have in their facility dealing with AIDS, but it has to be some powerful shit, you know what I'm saying, to keep these people living for as long as Magic Johnson has been living. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a goddamn pill that they said, you take this motherfucker and consistently take it, this shit can wipe away the symptoms where you can have sex and don't pass it on. So got to be some goddamn strong ass drugs, and we don't know every drug that these scientists and whoever they is that works for this company have.
Right.
But obviously, it's no different from being a nurse or a doctor where you have access to all these type of drugs, man. You gotta believe it, and you gotta understand why I say this, because motherfuckers take advantage of their jobs, bro. They take advantage.
That's true.
You know
That's
what I'm saying?
true. That's true. I can vouch for that.
Me too.
Cupcake in the building. Crucial K done stepped through the door. What's cracking?
What's happening, y'all? What's going on, everybody? But yeah, we definitely gonna continue to follow it because I want to see what actually happens. He done left his home. He got the fuck on from out that neighborhood and went to rehab like Smokey and shit. Yeah, man, it's a very, very weird case, but we definitely gonna be on it. And next time we get some more detailed information, we'll definitely put it on one of our podcasts and share it with you guys and see what you think about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but we gonna keep it rolling. We gonna keep it moving.
Keep it rolling.
That's that mystical right there. That's the mystical.
Yeah. Every time you say that, I got to say it, man.
You gonna make me find that goddamn song. But yeah, so the next topic, next segment, we're not gonna spend a lot of time on it, but this is a story that I actually, did a video on, nothing real major, on my page, and it's sad to see this young brother right back in the same situation that he just got out of about a month ago. So we're gonna play this video real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. This is Quando Rondo, people. This boy just is not gonna learn.
Can't get right. Look at that.
Daybreak, I'm Aria Janelle.
And I'm Kyle Jordan. Savannah rapper Quando Rondo arrested last night, and this morning we are learning more details about that arrest.
WTOC's Shay Schrader is in the newsroom this morning. Shay, what do we know so far? Yes, good morning, Kyle and Aria. The rapper, whose real name is Tyquan Bowman, was booked into the Chatham County Detention Center yesterday evening on charges of driving under the influence of drugs and reckless driving. Now, according to his lawyer, these were actually charges stemming from last July when Bowman was involved in a crash. Now, that crash happened on the evening of July 19th near White Bluff Road and the Truman Parkway. Court documents claim that Bowman was seen driving fast before crashing into another car, and that EMS had to give him Narcan because he was showing signs of an overdose. At the time of the crash, Bowman was on bond for state drug and gang charges. The prosecution tried to revoke his bond because of the incident, but his bond conditions were ultimately modified so he couldn't drive and had to undergo drug screenings. We spoke to Bowman's lawyer last night. Here's what he said.
Every time they go an extra mile to heap more nonsense onto Quando Rondo, they just help prove the defense's point.
Rapper is still on bond for that state case and is currently
What was that?
a federal drug charge, which he's pled not guilty to. On this DUI and reckless driving charge, Bowman was released from jail last night on a $4,600 bond. We will be reaching out to state prosecution today for comment once the courthouse is open. Live in the newsroom, Shay Schrader, WTOC News.
Man, look, I sound like you now. Man, look. So, he like I said, he just got locked up a month ago. You know, something similar to this, but, you know, I can't remember the details, but it wasn't too far from what he just got locked up from. And like you said, going back to July, he got in some real big trouble. And at one point, they almost considered him like a menace to society in Savannah. They actually did my brother like that, and they banned my brother from Brunswick because my brother used to get in a lot of fucking trouble, beat people up, people, all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? They gave him a 15-year ban from the city. You know what I'm saying? So, Quando Rondo, the fact that in one of the first situations, I think somebody lost their life, and I ain't talking about the situation that happened in California. They were shooting at him, and somebody else got hit. So that makes him a fucking menace because you getting other people hurt with your fucking foolishness, bro.
Right. Yeah, I mean, this, of course, you know, it wasn't as serious as, you know, previous charges or whatnot, but definitely DUI, reckless driving. You still wilding, bro. You still wilding, brother. So, you know, it.
And what bothers me is in the last story that happened a month ago, you hear his auntie talking, I don't know why they keep messing with him. No, ain't nobody messing with him. He's messing with himself. Keep going out here and doing this stupid shit when you already out on bond. Bro, why y'all keep letting him out?
That sounds crazy, but I feel you though, because, you know, it's like we give people excuses, you know. We give people excuses, you know, no accountability type shit going on. But yeah, sooner or later, you're gonna get it.
Hopefully sooner. 80s baby, he needs to use his brain or enroll in the crazy house. That's insane. I feel you on that. Time say a waste of talent. Money doesn't change anybody. It make the worst of who you really are. Oh, Time, I like that. I like that, but it's that for everybody. I like the way you put that, Time. Because if you came up from the struggle, dealing in poverty, dealing in drugs, and you hit it big,
right?
I can understand the drug use increase because you got money now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I can understand that.
And I've heard NBA players say the same thing from you know, Lamar Odom to Vin Baker to other players who have had issues. They were like, I was already that person, but whenever I got them 50 millions, them 60 M's and shit, it just increased who I was already.
Yeah. So hey, salute to you, Ty, for even putting that in here. Nikki New says they may have let the previous charge go if he flew straight, but didn't. I don't know if they threw it out. I know he did get out on bond, so that would tell me no, they didn't throw it out. He haven't even went to court for either the previous two. Now he got another goddamn charge.
Yeah, that don't look good.
It doesn't. It doesn't. So that big charge he got back in July, boy, you in trouble.
And I've even seen people question, you know, why Young Thug didn't get a bond, and I think Rico's a little different, but you know, it's definitely cases where people they give them a bond and it be some wild shit that they charge for, you know. So
yeah, I think they give them bond if you're not like a flight risk or something like that, or you're not a community risk, which seems like he is. You got motherfuckers shooting at him, and he over here driving drunk, wrecking into shit. He's not safe for the community. And I don't want to sound like a hater, like keep his ass locked up, but at the same time, man, my goddamn sister, Bean's wife, lived right there in Savannah. Shit, I don't want her to be in the same vicinity to you and motherfuckers shooting at you and hit my sister, man.
Right.
Bro, shit. So, man, tighten up, Quando. God damn, boy, you ain't no cat.
And just right, you got 9 of them things. But yeah, I some other shit that I had seen. This is kind of off topic, but I seen. I didn't know Patrick Mahomes' dad. I guess 2 days after their last playoff win, the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes' pops got like his 4th DUI or something. He got DUIs like every 2 years going back to like 20. Well, I think his first one was like 2011, then 2017, then 2019, and then he got another one. I'm like, man, you know how much money Patrick Mahomes probably done paid in lawyer costs? Because them DUI charges, man, to get stuff, you get stuff on your record, but just to even go through that process, man, that's crazy. I knew people whenever I had I had a truancy when I was younger. I think I was about 15, but it was people who I was in these, I was in these little drug classes, and there's people in there for DUIs who had spent $6,000 on just one DUI case.
Fact.
Just one. So, shit.
5 G's, bro.
God,
5 fucking G's, bro.
Damn.
I haven't had one since. I bet you that.
I bet. Hey, I don't blame you. And keep on going, brother. Hey,
For real.
keep on going.
Hey, when I drink, I'm home. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, hell no. If I'm going out, which I very seldom do, somebody with me. If I do go out, but I'm by myself, I ain't gonna drink. Damn that. Hell no. No, I am not finna do that. Having to depend on people to take you from here to there, and or them, you hope they give you your license to at least drive the back and forth to working out. Man, I ain't got time for that shit, bro.
You gotta blow in the. But did they give you the shit where you had to blow in that bitch to crank your motor up?
Nah, that's the first one. That's what I was finna bring up when you brought up Patrick Mahomes' father. Like, he gotta be blowing into something.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I don't blame him for doing that, because it's like, shit, at this point, man, blow before you go. Shit.
For real. Nikki News says they're so young, but don't understand that they're messing up their whole future life. Young and dumb. Yes, Lord.
Damn. Say they got crucial too, 4,000 in 2015. God, leave, man, that shit.
Yeah, man, them goddamn DUIs, but that shit add up with all the stuff that you have to do, the classes, the fines, the probation, all that shit adds up, bro. You like, God damn, I spent this much money. Not again.
Yeah.
God damn it. For real. What up, Bam's in the building? Bam's in the building. So we gonna keep it pushing.
Yeah.
So I think we got who? Mr. I want to be Hispanic next.
Tyrese. Let's chop this up real quick, man.
All right, let me put this on the screen. Let me go on So I actually put his rant, if that's what you want to call it, or his explanation on my page.
His sentimental, emotional debauchery.
Shit, hold on. And the thing is, I'm gonna say this: it is 46 minutes. We're not gonna watch all 46 minutes. You know better than that.
Oh yeah.
But I'm just gonna play it first, because I know one thing that you said, and hopefully you say the same thing to the people, because I want to see if they feel the same way. Because I didn't look at it like that, and I don't think I still do. But we're gonna check this out real quick. This is Tyrese, and if there's anything he say while it's still playing, you want to comment on it.
All right.
Let me know.
All right.
Here's Mr. Tyrese in his little red room.
Black History Month. put up a post that says, sometimes I wish I was born Latino 4 days before Black History Month without even knowing some of your
Lies.
way. And of course, when you write words in the caption, it's like writing, it's like the Bible, right? We all can read the same scriptures and Bible verses, but our takeaways are going to be very differently. So I'm going to go ahead and say, first of all, none of the comments that y'all wrote, nothing that was said, I'm not offended. I'm not mad. Misunderstood, but I'm not mad because when you put some shit out there like that, and as you guys pointed out the time, like, damn, man, Black History Month, but I do want to clarify something. And some of y'all might be pissed off, but I'm a grown ass man, and this is what I feel. To know me is to understand me. To understand my history is to know that I literally grew up around blacks and Mexicans in Watts, South Central LA. That's one. Number two, okay, they love to put black and brown people against each other. Okay, they love to put black and Jewish people against each other. They love to put us against other communities.
Dot in the building.
What I was pointing out was facts. Now, the running joke trying to clown the Latino community, which we all been doing in the hood for years. Oh man, there's 20 of them living in one house. They pile up in the car 20, 30 deep. You know, Mexicans always blah, blah, blah. But let's talk about that. 20 deep in one house. Where do you ever see that at with black culture? Okay, they love to clown the Latino community about selling flowers and roses and having all these odd got jobs from landscaping to housekeeping, all
Okay.
these entrepreneurial businesses that help to feed the
Okay, so I see where he's going, and this, I think he did this on purpose. Like he said, the first words he said was Black History Month. Okay, so his comments came 4 days before Black History Month. It was a simple tweet. The tweet said, "What did it say? Sometimes I wish I was Latino." And now this video is 40 minutes long, and he's explaining all the reasons why he said that. But he knew when he just put that out, that one sentence, that what kind of response he would get from that. Now, you could have wrote all this other shit that you saying, and people would have actually got what you were saying and be like, oh, okay, I get where you're coming from. But if you just put out a tweet saying, as a black man, as a celebrity or R&B artist or whatever, being a black man in America, and just to say a tweet 4 days before Black History Month, and you say, I wish I was Latino, you know what's gonna come. He knew exactly what was gonna come in the attention. He knew the live when he knew when he went live after he did that, and he seen the backlash. He knew that his numbers would be up. He knew that the attention would be there. And that's kind of what I think it kind of boils down to, man.
So now what he said in this live, he said it was brought to his attention by somebody in his comment section.
Bullshit.
So you really gonna stand on which we have no proof, but you really say he knew this and not it was just brought to his attention?
No, it wasn't brought to. He knew what he was doing. He was very aware of what he was doing. He knows how social media works. He's been around the loop-de-loop of the TMZs and all of these social networks, the media takeouts, the shade room. He's been on it plenty of times. What's the shit? I just want to, what was he crying and shit? It's been multiple times. Like, he knows what happens when you do shit. He knew. You know?
Yeah, Nick and New say we understand he's always crying. Let's see. Time say I'm confused. Women want men to be emotional, inclined to relate to them, but when we men speak out, we too emotional. This goddamn time ain't playing with y'all today, man.
Hold on. What?
See, I think, you know, I'm gonna give my preface of what I think he's saying. He said he's confused. A woman want men to be emotional, inclined or emotionally inclined to relate to them. But when we are, we're too emotional. And I don't have anything to do with what we're saying, but I just wanted to point that out because that's a good topic.
Yeah, and it is true. It is true. I think, but the one thing that comes into play is, for one, what it's over, and for two, just how it's done, how it's done. And Tyrese, he's definitely been, noted for with the R&B money he did with Tank. He was talking about his alcoholism and what things happened and whenever what he was on whenever he was doing what he was doing, and rehab. And Cupcake just told y'all how successful rehab is to the average person, which is not successful. But yeah,
I want to say this in response to what he said, and not to help him, but to give my opinion on if I got in my feelings one day about my people. It definitely wouldn't have been what the fuck he said. I can promise you that. But we talk about black people uniting and coming together, and we can be a lot more powerful. And then we look on TV, we look on the internet, social media, and see us killing each other. And then we have big name people with big platforms who are actually speaking out against this type of shit, who's really trying. You have people like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, hell nowadays GMJ. What's the guy who was in that movie? Fred, what the name is? Fred what?
Hampton,
yeah. We got a lot of people who actually speak out for the black community and actually trying to teach them the way of life and the best way to go about things. Cool. But then we still have, and I'm going to say this word because it's ignorance, niggas who like, man, fuck that shit, man. That's the type of shit that irks my nerves.
Right.
And I say, you know what I'm saying? Call me racist. I hate you niggas. And I ain't talking about black people. I'm talking about you ignorant motherfuckers who just won't do right and choose to do this shit, choose to hurt your own people. So I'm not saying that's what Tyrese means.
Right.
But when he speak of the Hispanic culture, they are about family. And
Right.
there are some black people that are about family, but there are a lot of motherfucking black people where family is just damn near word. You got strangers and friends that'll treat you better than your own family.
Right. So that goes back to, culture, the culture of a people and what they think about people, like, excuse me, like how you could be black and you living with people, and then you go up to talk to a black chick, and just because you live with people, she think you broke just because you live with people, like because you live with your family. And a Mexican, for lack of better words, a Mexican will tell a chick he's trying to court that he stays with his brothers and sisters and mother, father, and grandmother, and they look at that, they value that. And you say the same thing to a black chick, and she might be like, "Oh, nigga, you," like it's like some sort of contention there with just because you stay with your grandma or something. It was like, shit, that's my grandma. What the fuck you? Like, what? And even to go into the and we're gonna get to some of these comments because I see them coming in.
Yeah, they coming in like mud, boy. Go ahead.
So, but even when it comes to like the entrepreneur, because he went into that aspect as well, and some of these jobs where is looked down upon to do these jobs and all that, they fuck around and have a whole housekeeping company or nanny company where they, who knows? But we look down on certain things that I think we shouldn't look down on, and it's just a cultural thing, I think. So I understand what Tyrese is saying, but from the get-go, you just saying that in your tweet, we gonna talk about it.
Yeah, right.
We gonna talk about it. All this extra 40-minute explanation shit, I don't need to hear it. You know.
So you said it's a cultural thing, but how did that come about? Like, I know different cultures, they do different things. They do things differently, should I say?
Right.
But when we speak about the Black culture or African American culture, however you want to call it, there's a lot of good things, but there's also a lot of negative things that we do that's uncalled for. Right. And I don't understand, how did that become a part of our culture? Now, I know some people will say it's the environment you was put in, Blake. Look how we was treated back in 400 years ago. Okay, 400 years ago. You still a slave. Okay. But there's a lot of people who don't let what happened to us in our history dictate who we are today. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's an excuse to hold on to the past. And I think, man, you talked about this and you said, nah, when y'all gonna stop using that shit as a crutch? I agree with you, bro. So we don't have to be the way we are. If we be the way we are because of what was done to us, we soft as fuck, bro. And that ain't what we say. We are strong people who can endure anything. So don't use the past as a fucking crutch to be something that's negative, that sheds a negative light on our culture, bro. Don't do that. Show your strength, man.
Yeah. But everybody doesn't have that same, outlook on us as a whole. Everybody doesn't have that same, that same gumption to want something different than what we are, and it's just household by household basis, man. So that kind of goes off into a different discussion, but we definitely gonna touch on some of these comments real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Say, what month do Latinos have to salute? Mine's past Costa Rica's in Panama. Well, as far as a month, no, they don't have it, but I definitely do know they do got days that they that they celebrate. So
yeah.
Even the Dia de Muertos, Day of the Dead. And it sounds bad, but when you really look into the history of the Day of the Dead, it's actually a good holiday. It is actually a positive holiday, even though there's death around it, but death is a part of life. So,
Ms. Young said, I came from a big family. I don't want to ever do it again. I can only take a bunch of family in spurts. I no longer have the patience.
All right.
Well, and that goes back to where we came from. Because back in the day, now I can't speak for everybody in here, but back in the day, I used to love being around my family. Especially when my grandma was living. You know what I'm saying? She held it down. You wasn't finna come amongst family with that BS. My grandma was a little gangster, a spiritual gangster. She loved the Lord, but she don't play. But everybody loved my grandma. So what you're saying, I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, it relates to how family is today compared to how it used to be. It's
different.
Not the same.
Yeah, different. It's a difference. Miss Lorraine said, when I got here, all black men were riding bikes, DUI. I think, I don't know, maybe she back. Hopefully, I hope Miss Lorraine, you ain't back in the on the other part of the stream. You know how you be back on the stream sometime. Cupcake say, I actually spell check, but emotional on social media is a whole different thing.
Really? Yeah, I guess it is because, like, I guess you're gonna hit that live button just to start crying.
Yeah, as a man, we cry in peace. I'm gonna just say that if you hit the live, well, I don't know, man. You know, you can never say, but I get where she coming from. I get where she coming from, and I definitely, you know, any man that does, I'm not the type where it's like if a man cries, he ain't no man type shit.
No,
I'm not on. I don't want to put off that type of energy, you know. But Tom say, Professor, I believe Tyrese was hurt by his wife. How's a man supposed to act when he gets hurt like Will Smith? And that's a whole nother. Hey, Tom, that's a whole nother topic. But definitely the way Tyrese explains the situation about his kids and you know coming home to just everything gone and you know so it's crazy. So
I felt for him. You know, you talking about a wife and you talking about kids. These are two different sets of people that you love to death.
Right.
And you lose both of them in one instance. Not to death, but they gone. She taking them away from you. She don't love you, and she taking the kids away.
Right.
That's how people get hurt, man. For real, for real. You don't mess with a man's kid. Now it'll hurt him to lose someone he loves like his wife. But you don't mess with a man's kids.
From what he said, it was something like he was out of town at the time and he came back home to an empty house. It was some shit like that. Like so, that's crazy, man. As a man, you just come home and your kid, and you know you ain't talked to her, but you come home and it's just shit gone, her toothbrush gone. Like golly,
yeah. Put yourself in that man's shoes. Like I think a lot of the pain that he displayed in that live was because he don't want to do nothing to hurt her, but she hurt him. She hurt this man, and I ain't giving him no excuse to go live and start crying. But I can't remember how the live started. But if he was going live to talk about the situation and his emotions got the best of him, ain't shit he can do about that. I might well stop the live. Like I can't let y'all be crying like this and shit. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it just comes out. Shit, I done shed a few tears on my live, but you know I bucked up. You know what I'm saying? And luckily, it was at the end of my life. But you know, you can't control emotions, man. And you know, if you cry, that's still signs that you're living. If you ain't got no tears left in your body, nigga, you about to die. Your soul dead. I'm bullshit. I'm playing. Like, damn, boss, that was harsh as shit. Appreciate that time. Time's a great conversation.
And I say black folks don't have nothing but quick to look down on black people for everything. Yeah, and we that kind of ties in with the you know the Monique situation to a certain extent. But that's the meat and potato. We definitely gonna get to that. We gonna get to the Monique situation.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I just want to put this comment up because I didn't expect to hear this from Dot. He say, the moment you show a woman that you in love with her, she will fall in love with you. Is it not vice versa?
I think I think chronologically how he said it, I agree with that because I think a lot of times women aren't you know they've been hurt. Once you hurt, I guess to a certain extent, you're unwilling to do that as quick. He said, read it again. The moment you show a woman that you in love with her, she will fall out of love.
Out of love. Oh shit.
So yeah, and to tell you the truth, the way you said it the first time, is what I've had experience with. Where you know, it went on so long, and I said it, and then it was like she was like, "Oh, good, you said it finally," type shit. Because I that word love, I don't use that word a lot, and you know, you may have noticed that. Chat man noticed that I use the word very sparingly. So when I do use it, I feel like I truly mean it.
True that. If I said it, trust me, I mean it. That's one word I don't use lightly. Like a lot of people just throw that word around. If I tell you I love you, God damn it, I love you. You know, But ladies, I have to ask before we move on to the feel good story. Is there truth to what Doc just said? Because I mean, Doc talk a lot of shit about these type of situations, and we never get the woman's standpoint from what he says. So I would like to know, is that true? Because that'll hurt my goddamn feelings. But yeah, man.
It depends on the woman. It depends on the woman. If the woman's intention, then this is just my opinion. If you show a woman that you in love with her and she falls out of love with you, then that means from the jump that wasn't, she didn't even see that in the wheelhouse of what was going on, type of thing.
And that's one thing I'll never understand. Like, today, are you not dating for a purpose of longevity, potential? And I know a lot of people don't believe in marriage and all that type of stuff, but I think up front is the best way to be with anybody. If you just want to cut, you want a friend with benefits and say that, give a person the opportunity to say yay or nay. Don't string nobody along.
People don't do that. You know, some people don't do that. It's like me against the world type shit where I don't give a fuck. Oh, you done fell in love, nigga? Okay, I got you.
Oh, that's sad.
It is.
Is that a cultural thing? Or is that women all over the world?
It may to a I don't know. I'm had to get back with you on that.
All right, man. So we gonna keep the show rolling, man. I did drop the link if anybody want to come up here and share their views on whatever we're discussing. Feel free to do so. But y'all know, man, we got to keep this thing going, and we're gonna move into. Let me get this on the screen real quick. This is one of our favorite segments of the show.
Here we go.
Here we goddamn go. This is
keep it rolling.
Good story. I think you say camera rolling, but yeah, let's get into it. So we got 2 feel-good stories tonight. And I know I only typed in one on the banner that's going across the screen, which you see is about Shannon Sharp and his journey to success. But we're going to start different. We're going to start with the other story. And
yeah.
I think
I'm glad you did that. I was thinking the same thing.
I was like, just going like, man, don't go that route first. But of course, we know, just had the 66 Grammys award show just happened recently, and we talked about this in the lab, but we still want to show this brother some love, man. And on that show, we actually wanted to play this particular clip to show the excitement and how proud this brother was of his accomplishments of that night. Who am I speaking of? The one and only, Mr. Sweet. It was low. And wasn't nothing I can do about it because it was in the brand tab.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, he did that little church spin.
He did the church spin. That's why I'm like, oh, he hit the church spin on him.
Yeah, man. That was just pure emotions, pure exuberance, pure excitement, because we know we just heard from Andre 3 Stacks probably about a month ago that kind of made a little noise when he said, at this age, I don't really have nothing to rap about.
Right.
What? I mean, I don't know what 3 Stacks is going through to take his mouth away from the mic and put it on a goddamn flute. But salute to him anyway, because he did some numbers on that goddamn flute album. But that's definitely not true at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not as old as him. I ain't too far from him. But nah, look at Nas. Nas still putting out music. So that's BS. That's BS. But
Busta Rhymes still putting out,
yeah.
So definitely, it is a feel good story. I guess to see Killer Mike, especially at his age, he gonna be 50 in 2 years. He's 48 years old to win three Grammys in the selection that we seen, which was you had 21 Savage and shit. So definitely in a young man's game of hip hop to see, for one, a Southern artist, for two, well, I'm gonna
Don't do
throw that
that.
out.
Don't do that.
Because we not in the 90s no more. The South is been killing shit. So, but to see him in this young man's game, to see him 2 years from 50 to clean sweep the Grammys, and you know what we think about the Grammys and how we say we need our own shit. And I know all of that. So, but what I will say, he did that. So I'm gonna just give him his credit for doing that at the age that he is.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
And that it was conscious content.
Absolutely.
It was real. It was real rap on that Michael album. So that's I think the most gratifying thing for me is just to see that it was actually real rap. It was actually real. It wasn't trap rap. It was real rap.
Right.
Shit that, we like. And me and Boss called this shit, was it like 2 days after Killer Mike Michael came out? We said, this album of the year.
Yep, absolutely.
To this point, this is album of the year. And the only thing that could hold a stick to it was Jeezy album after that, which Jeezy did. It was a lot of growth in that album. He was talking about relationships and life, real life. It wasn't TM 1-on-1, even though we know the bangers, TM 1-on-1, 2, 3. We know the bangers that it was, but that last Jeezy album could have been on this list easily.
Absolutely. And Jeezy put out 30 damn songs on that motherfucker too.
Yep.
But yeah, I just want to definitely give this man his flowers, which like Jizzle said, we did this on day 1, day 2 after the album dropped. I said, man, this album is the one. This is it.
Yeah.
So salute to Killer Mike for that, for dropping the project, and congratulations winning 3 Grammys. And I don't know, I think just Dot said something about C-Note won 3 Grammys. We ain't talking about no goddamn C-Note. I don't even know who C-Note is.
Nah, he's talking about the producer, Honorable C-Note, which he's lately been doing production with Mike Will Made It. He's a producer. I think he raps as well, but he's known to me. I know him as a producer, but he definitely he getting it in type shit. So I salute him as well. I think he come from Benton Harbor, where Dot from.
Okay, so he won it in this Grammy show.
I don't know. I ain't watched the Grammys. I just seen the little clips and shit. Jay-Z, and then I seen this, so I didn't see.
Okay, well, salute to C-Note as well, and for all the people who did their thing at the Grammys this year. But this segment was for Killer Mike, so salute Killer Mike. Congratulations, my brother. Now, I guess I shouldn't even mention the second story because I see all in the chat. Doc is going ham on this brother, man, already.
Hey, the crazy part, and I do feel like it is a feel-good story from the point of Shannon Sharpe, and I guess run down the timeline, boss, for the people who, if they don't know the timeline. He said he won a song for a song he did with Killer Mike. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. I felt like,
oh, my fault. Go ahead, bro.
I felt like he was, because I did look at the credits on there. I couldn't remember if it was this or if it was the 21 Savage album that he did some shit on. But that's what's up.
Yeah, Travis Scott and his following, they pissed off, but who cares? Hold a lighter, a flame to what this man put out. But anyway, so before I even go through the whole timeline, I just want to give you a preference of what he said on his show shortly after he was let go from Indisputed. Remember, he was a co-host with Skip Bayless. ESPN, a show called Undisputed, whatever it is called, and some things happened on that show, and we seen it coming. They're gonna let him go, which their numbers plummeted, and this is why I feel like it's a feel good story because of what he has accomplished. And I know a lot of people feel different, but we're gonna get into that. And I think I put it up to the point where he started speaking on Skip Bayless.
That someone can give you that opportunity. And I've said this several times. For me, I cannot let 6 months ruin 6.5 good years.
Right.
Because sometimes people are willing to throw everything away for one mistake, or one bad comment, or one something like this.
Right.
And even though that was all we were supposed to get, my sister tells me this all the time. Say, Shannon, this was all we're supposed to get. If I about 4 months ago, I had Tabitha Brown.
Mm-hmm.
She's
great. I've interviewed her before. She's fantastic.
Stephen A. She had no idea this was going on. So we wrapped the interview, and I'm going to end it on this one. And I'm taking off my microphone. She says, is the mic's off? I said, well, I'm taking my mic off. You can take yours off. We took our mics off, and she leans in close to me. She said, I had a dream last night. God told me it's going to be okay and for you to go ahead and do what you need to do. She says it's going to be different, but you need to go on your own.
Man. When I heard him say that, regardless of how people feel about his show, man, a lot of people felt like ESPN did him wrong. But Stephen A., I know a lot of people don't care for him, but it is what it is. He stood up for that brother and made sure he had another job. It's not full time. I think he worked two days out of the week. Shannon Sharp, of course, has a podcast on YouTube called Club Shay, and he also have another one with Ocho Cinco.
Yeah,
with Ocho Cinco.
They just hit 1 million. They just hit 1 million subscribers. Him and Ocho Cinco on that podcast.
Yeah, I was looking at it last night. T-Pain was on there. Yeah. So I think it's called Nightcap.
Yeah.
And of course, Club Shay it went bananas when Cat Williams had his interview on that show. But you got to think about it. He was doing interviews prior to that.
Right.
Of course, a lot of people didn't watch it as like they're watching it now because it was just pretty much basic interviews of people. But
good, what I will say, he's a good interviewer. I will say that.
Yeah, he is. But when Cat Williams did it, my fault. When Cat Williams came up there, it broke the internet. He did what 30 million in how many days? What 2, 3 days, 5 days?
I don't know, but that bitch is like 60, I think, right now.
So, like the one he just did with Monique, that shit hit 1 million in the first day. But
21 Savage, that hit like 2 million in 2 days. Usher hit 5 million in 2. So after the Cat, it's a kind of a trajectory. In both of those interviews, they wasn't any controversy in those two. He did the Cat Williams, then he did Usher, then he did 21 Savage, or it might have been reversed. And then now he has this, in which of course we know that the messy shit we know what that's gonna come of it when it comes to views,
Right. What up, Blue Devil, man? I meant to speak to you earlier, man. Salute, man. Appreciate you for sliding through, man. And when I was telling Jizzle I was going to use this as, the feel-good story, we also wanted to do Killer Mike because he deserved it. But Jizzle felt some type of way, and I understand. And it seems like Doc feel the same way, and it could be others. But my response to it was, is it him? That's
okay. And I want you to go right there, but you said I felt the same way as Dot, and just to be clear, because I want everybody to know how I felt was basically that I think the messy, the kind of gossipy type stuff is what got him to where it's at now. So that's all I want to say. My bad.
No, you good. You good. I mean, you also said he's a great interviewer too, and
I did because I feel like he is.
You gotta ask the great questions. And we go back to the Killer Mike interview when he was on the radio station with Tigger and I forgot the other young lady name. They was asking them questions, and I'm glad I brought that up because to go back to what I was about to say, he's the interviewer. Does it make him messy for asking these questions, or do it makes the interviewee, yeah, do it make them messy on how they answer? Because let's go back to Killer Mike. When we played it on that live, they want to know what happened, how he got arrested, this, that, and the third. Did he ever answer that question?
Hell no. He said, we not focusing on that. I just clean sweep the Grammys. I did it for Atlanta, such and such and such. So yeah, and that goes back to DJ Vlad when people can sit on that DJ Vlad couch and seem to just want to tell everything.
Right. What up, Doc?
Boss YJ, what's poppin'?
Cool.
What's good? What's good?
What's good with you, man?
Yeah, so y'all still talking about Club Sweet Sweet?
Shay.
Club Sugar Shay. Man, I like I said, I like what YJ was saying, because if you ever notice, Shannon Sharp seems like he tries to keep the messiness to a minimum, but is he really? You know what I mean?
He's asking questions. That's all he's doing.
Right. But see, my thing is like, I feel like his show is big, but it only got, it's just like you said, I didn't start watching it until Cat Williams went up there. I didn't even know it existed until Cat Williams went up there. And then I started watching it. Right. But it's like, why everything we got going on got to be messy?
I think balance comes into play. And that's kind of why I brought up the 21 Savage interview and the Usher interview, because that was right in between these two interviews that we, considering, messy interviews, in which the messy shit, I see it, I watch it, it's entertaining, but I think balance is the key word in it. Like, if it's all like that, if he's becoming TMZ and that's all he do, then I can understand, but it's a certain amount of balance to it, I think.
So, well, did you see the DL? Did you see DL cook Monique right after that?
Yeah, I definitely did. I seen both of his, because actually DL responded to Monique, then she responded, and then he responded again. So they kind of been going back and forth.
So I just want to ask this question before we keep the conversation going. If his interviews keep going, okay, and I don't know how he's planning these interviews because I didn't even see Monique coming. But if he's doing basic interviews with certain people that's not messy, as y'all say, one here, two here, and then boom, here come another one that is considered messy. Do you still consider his show a messy show?
I don't think that he really plans on it. I'm not sure if he, because think about it. Willie D, I found out Willie D interviewed Cat Williams before Shannon Sharp did. Is that true, right?
That shit was boring as fuck, bro.
But it would have still hit hard if he would have came out with it first, because it was basically the same information.
Hold on. So you saying he actually pre-recorded that before Cat? That's what you're saying? Before the Cat Shay interview, you saying that he went on to Willie D's show?
He went on Willie D's show first and did that same interview. Willie D just held it off and messed up. Willie D fucked up when he did that. He messed up bad.
I'm glad he did, because he didn't do his research on that.
Damn sure did.
But Cat said damn near everything word for word that he said on Shay though. So it would have still went viral.
I don't think the interview was as long as it was on Club Shay though.
It was he said everything he said on Club Shay though, all the fucked up shit. He said it all. He was cooking them boys.
So
I think Willie D really dropped the ball on that one. I thought he really dropped the ball on that one.
But shit, at the end of the interview, you heard what Cat Williams said to him. You're a legend, but you asked the worst fucking questions in the world. So he didn't even enjoy the interview that he did with Willie D.
That's true, but I'm saying that it still would have went viral if he would have came out with it first.
Maybe
he still did numbers on it, but it would have been crazy if he would have came up with it first.
Yeah, he did do some numbers on it. I think I think Shannon Sharp gave him a little bit more room to breathe on it. And if that's true, say he did do it first, it's like who he did it first, but who did it better type of thing.
And Shannon Sharp is the better interviewer, and you can't deny that.
I think that's not my argument. I'm just saying that the Cat Williams made a bunch of viral comments about a bunch of celebrities on that Willie D interview, and he went and said the same thing on Shannon Sharp. If Willie D would have came out with it first, he would have got the attention. Period. That's all I'm saying. Yeah,
He would have, but I still think
he fucked that up for himself. Like it's just like you interview Cat, and then I'm gonna sit around and sit on this motherfucker. Nah. And then somebody that was goofy, man. Because basically they said the Cat did the Shay interview because Willie D wouldn't release his. He was holding the hostage.
Willie D is born, period. Not even talking about the Cat Williams interview. I can't stand watching Willie D. So I think if Willie D would have put it up first and then Shannon Sharp would have followed after, I think he still would have had more numbers because a lot more people watch Shannon Sharp than they watch Willie D. Because Shannon Sharp got 2 podcasts. And both of them doing numbers. They definitely doing numbers after Cat Williams, but I still think he would have won.
Yeah, I didn't want to dog Willie D. You know that's the homie. But yeah, it's all good. God
on this, I guess, boss, what you want to do? You want to go ahead to the meat and potatoes? I guess since we already here with it, or you want to? What's up?
You want to hit these comments real quick? I don't want to forget people in the comments. Blue Devil say facts. DL is hating for real. Thank you.
We're gonna get to that.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that in a second because we're gonna do the meat and potatoes, but let's see, 21 Savage interview was whack. I agree, Linus. I agree.
It just wasn't nothing juice. Like the definition of what? Yeah, all right. Well, 21. I'm gonna put it like this: 21 Savage. You hear how he rap? I didn't can never. Like, so what you expect on an interview type shit? You know?
Yeah, and so you think about it. He had to guide this man to answer the questions that he was asking him. I was like, "Is this nigga stupid?"
So did y'all see what he did to Aiden Ross?
Who? Oh, 21 Savage. I heard about it, but I ain't.
I was supposed to be doing the show on that in a couple of days, but damn, bro, that boy on some. Oh my God, this nigga. So 21 is a clown, bro. That's all I'm gonna say on that. 21 is a clown.
He is.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look.
I heard about some scam shit, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah, yeah. He lost about what $300,000-$400,000 playing.
Yeah, and 2K. I heard they did the same.
They hit him with some mark cards.
And I heard
he got caught doing it on camera. Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, I heard about the situation with Pierre Bourne, I think, where he came on, he interviewed him and gave him a whole bunch of money, and he wore a mask and didn't answer no questions and shit. So they getting finessed over there on I guess Twitches where they do that live. But
you talking about Playboy Cardi?
Playboy Cardi. I said
Playboy Cardi.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, then he turned around and got caught with the thong on right after that.
But we gonna keep it moving.
Before we go because I ain't following what you goddamn done.
Hey, go look it up. It's done, bro.
Hey, I want to give a big shout out, man, because I almost totally forgot about this, man. I don't know if y'all know, but the bro Usher dropped at midnight, man. It is out now. Man, you know, we normally don't promote other artists, but Usher, man, hey, he from the home team, man. So, man, go check out Coming Home, man. I heard about 3 or 4 songs. I was going to sleep by the time I found out it was out. So I'm definitely going to be listening to it when I get done here. So y'all go check out Usher's new album. Of course, you know he will be performing at the Super Bowl tomorrow. Ain't today Saturday? No, tomorrow Saturday. He'll be performing on Sunday. So y'all make sure, hey, we trying to make this about Usher, not Taylor Swift. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone though. But anyway,
so I got one question for Boss. What is the new hub, bro? Because when I heard about the Grammy for Killer Mike and Michael, bro, I had never even heard of the album. So my point is like, we don't have like 106 and Park no more. Where is the hub where you find out when new music is dropping and new artists are dropping? Because it's not like it used to be back in the day. And the Michael album is phenomenal. Best album I've heard in 10 years. But I'm just saying, I didn't even know it was out.
Well, you know, you got to sift through the bullshit, but Hot New Hip Hop is where I've been going to see where music is coming out. And they have a tab called Releases. So I check back in every couple weeks or whatnot. You know, I don't go over there and really listen to music. Really,
we just talked about a gap in the game. It's a hole in the game. There's a hole right there.
Well, to tell you the truth, the Killer Mike album, the Dave Chappelle song, well, not Dave Chappelle song, but the Killer Mike song called Run featuring Dave Chappelle, where Dave Chappelle did like a speech at the beginning of the song. That's where I found out about that Killer Mike was about to drop. It was from that, and that just came across my home feed.
But you catching my point, though, right?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. It ain't
no more.
No more rap cities.
Like, hold on, I'll tell you where the fucking hub at. Crucial K. That's how I found out the motherfucking album's finna drop.
Yeah, that's to be honest,
man.
To be honest, that's what it is right there.
For real, Crucial got there and shared all the shit because he's on Twitter. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with Twitter, but Crucial give us all the updates on all of new shit that's going out. You know what I'm saying? So I get
because
what you
see it's a lot of videos of people coming out angry, cussing and screaming at the top of their lungs because of Killer Mike winning the Grammy and they've never heard a song off of there.
Well, I'm sorry. I mean,
I bet you anything they under 30.
Yep. Yep.
But I didn't know it was out either.
But think about it. Don't we hear B drop an album no promo? Drake drop an album no promo? And them bitches still do numbers? That's two different artists, two different genres from two different generations.
But I will say, I guess the only thing I'll say about those two are they kind of on that elite level where they don't have to do that. But Killer Mike, he did promote the album. I will say that. And he said he spent $250,000 on this album. As far as production, as far as engineering, mastering, he spent a total of $250,000, man.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go to the meat and potatoes. You got the link ready, Jizzle, man? I do.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So yeah, man, we're gonna go to the final segment, man. And this one right here might take a little bit, but it's a lot of things going on. So let's go ahead and get to it.
Yeah, man. So we're going to go ahead and dive into this. I got some timestamps for this interview with Monique. She talking about Tyler Perry. She talking about Oprah. She went in on Oprah, man.
Yeah.
She went in on Oprah.
Did y'all hear the Tyler Perry leak audio?
I haven't heard it, but I know that she spoke about it. And like she said, man, you keep receipts.
I heard it today. I actually got it queued up, but I heard it today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that audio. That shit.
All right.
Yeah, we can definitely tap into it. I didn't even. The thing about Tyler Perry and her situation with him is there's an actual receipt to what she's saying, and we're gonna get into that when we talking to DL Hughley because you got one word and you got another word, and it's he say she say. But in the Tyler Perry, I keep wanting to say Tyler the Creator, the Tyler Perry situation. There's actual audio to it, and I did hear it, and it's pretty fucked up. But the timestamps that I got, I wanted to play. Let's go here. I definitely wanted to play what she said directly to them because he basically said, "Look at the camera," and this was at 2 hours and 30 minutes. He's like, "Look at the camera and talk to Oprah," basically, and she basically
like that shit either. I'm gonna keep it.
This is one of the timestamps I did grab, so I definitely want to go to it. With the Tyler Perry situation, it's like that we know is true because we have the actual audio. Everybody, I think it was uploaded 5 years ago. The YouTube video I found of the audio was from 5 years ago. That Tyler Perry audio. So that's out there, and I never heard it before yesterday. I just heard it yesterday. I just typed it in, and shit popped up 5 years ago. It's right there. But we're gonna go ahead and get into this. Let me make sure I'm sharing the screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this because, hey, we got an icon here sitting on this couch, and she's hurting.
Oprah and Tyler, I want to say I appreciate my brother Shannon Sharp for saying what he just said. And I want to clear something up. I'm not hurt personally. I'm hurt for our community. I'm hurt that y'all would allow yourselves to sit in something that you know that you've done wrong and not say anything. That helps us not. So brother Shay have said, y'all come on the sofa. Oprah, this liquor is good. Okay, and I understand you like cranberry and vodka. Okay, Roosevelt Cartwright told me you drink that you like. And you know, he told me some other things, but the drink that you like, come on Uncle Shay. Let's have a conversation. Well, you took yours all the way down, and I cannot. Okay? Okay, I cannot do that.
And the reason I played it is because that was a reoccurring theme within this interview was Monique kind of questioning and telling Club Shay, telling Shannon Sharp, like, look at the camera and say this. There was I think it was 3 or 4 moments during this 3 hours where she's like, okay, if you feel like, then say that to the camera then right now. Like, she's putting him on the spot as well as, you know, she's the interviewer, but she's putting the interviewee on the spot. But so it's kind of, you said what?
No, go ahead.
It's kind of I think it put Shannon Sharp on the hot seat. That's what you see right there. But yeah, man, I think the one of the other things that stood out to me was the private versus public. The private versus public. When we talk about Monique and her words, when she say, Oprah said some things about me in private, or she said some things about me to other people in private, and if it's wrong, I'm gonna say it in public. And I kind of want to.
That's why he killed that shot, man.
But I understand why she say that to Shannon, because when Shannon responded to what she just told him, he responded like she did and like she think the world will. So she said, don't just say that to me. Look in the camera and say that. Because you really feel what you just said to me, said in the camera. And I know that was an uncomfortable situation for Shannon, but I understand why she did that. Because it's almost like you are now a co-defendant. Speak, talk, point out to these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So I understand why she did that. Is it cool? Not, but go ahead.
I'm gonna go and play this part because I think this was interesting right here.
And I heard you. What you trying to tell me about this sister? Within seconds, Oprah Winfrey would know that people would say, hold up. See, when I speak about Oprah Winfrey, and let me be clear, I love that sister because she's our sister.
Mm-hmm.
She just got to come back across the street. We got the light on. When I speak about Oprah Winfrey, I speak about that woman because she's spoken about me. And when you begin to speak about me privately, I'm going to speak about you publicly.
So I just want to hear y'all thoughts on that.
I don't find nothing wrong with it. I don't, because you saying things about me to other people that the mass majority of the world will never find out. You know what I'm saying? But once it gets back to me, if I just speak on it with no receipts, I sound like a bitter old person. But don't do that shit behind closed doors. If you want people to know how you feel about me, tell the fucking world. Don't talk about me behind closed doors. So I don't find nothing wrong with her saying
that.
If you look at what's going on, it's a bunch of house niggas arguing with the field slave. That's all it is. if you notice, if you look at all the people that's arguing, they're arguing with the big people, Tyler Perry, Oprah. They in the in club. So, and then the people in the in club don't care about you. They money right.
That don't make it right, though. I get what you're saying, though, Doc. You're absolutely right. And I think that plays a very important part on why Kevin Hart changed his mind all of a sudden. After he gave her that money, and then she wanted him to help produce a movie or a show, whatever it was, and I don't know if he said it, but that's what she said was said to her, that he has nothing to do with her all of a sudden. Then she reached out to him, and he said, that's a misunderstanding. I'll get back to you in 2 weeks. And she haven't heard from him since. It's because of the big higher-ups. That's what I felt.
And that kind of goes back to what Tyler Perry said, which she's hard to work with. And maybe Kevin Hart was thinking the same. I don't know. But what I will say, when you did the timeline, you said Kevin Hart gave her the money. She did give him the money back.
Absolutely.
So she gave him. She was working on a project. She reached out to Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, he said, like, hey, I got these. She was like, hey, I got these people, this production company, such and such. If you trying to such and such, and he, from that point, he gave her. She didn't have the money. She gave her the money, gave her the money, and when she got back right, she gave him the money back with interest. And then what Boss said just now transpired after that, to where he reached out, or and after that, said basically, okay, it was a misunderstanding and whatnot. We cool, but you ain't heard from him 2 years after that.
Right.
So I don't want to fast forward through here, but I just heard you mention the Tyler Perry. You say you listened to the conversation yesterday. Did you hear when Tyler, when the husband asked Tyler, what was so hard working with Monique? And then the thing that Tyler said was the same thing that Monique did the interview about years ago, is that they wanted her to go overseas and do some promotion for free, and she didn't want to do it. And that's what Tyler Perry said to her on the phone. He said, are you hard to work with? He was like, yeah, you didn't want to do international promotion.
Right.
Which is basically the white folks is mad at her, so you've been blackballed, and the black people on board with them.
Because that was what is it, Paramount, or what was the Lionsgate or something for Precious. And she had already, the thing is, what she said, because the thing is, we only hear what these people say, but what she said in response to that was basically that she had already fulfilled all of her obligations for Precious. And she was like, I just wanted to spend time with my family. I was done with that. That was a chapter of my life type of thing. And it was over with, and I had no obligation to do it. So me turning it down, it would have came with some more money type of thing. And that I guess they wasn't trying to do that or what it was, but it was the Cannes Film Festival, international, to go over and promote the movie Precious.
I want to respond to what Time put in the chat, because I disagree with this, bro. Hopefully, bro. I still don't know if it's a man or female, but he said Monique got Tyler Perry recorded. The snakes are in your own black people. Now, understand this. The statement was made already before she recorded him. He already said she was hard to work with. He lied. He apologized. I want to say apologized over the phone or whatnot. I don't think there's nothing wrong, because who started the fucking problem in the first place? And I'm not cussing at you, but he the one who made that statement. You feel what I'm saying? Why would you say that if it's not true? So for one, now you got to talk to me. Tell me I'm difficult to work with. He couldn't do that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So just like any woman would, I want the fucking receipts. So she got the receipt. And now Tyler Perry look like a fuck boy to me. Because why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? You blocking this lady money, man. That's some bullshit to me, bro.
Yeah. What else I got? This she talked about Taraji and the Taraji P. Henson interview that she did a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, boss, we touched on this when Taraji came out talking about, how hard she has to work to get what she's worth, and how she didn't feel like she got whatever, and she had to reach out to Oprah on the Color Purple.
Yeah.
The last shit, she reached out to Oprah and she said Oprah, I think her exact quote was Oprah got her right, or she did what was right, or something to that effect. And we're gonna go to 3140, where Monique kind of talks about that. I'm gonna start it a little back, so we're gonna just play this real quick.
Woman at home, whomever, that support person saying you're not crazy.
Right.
I got you. Come on. We're going to go through this. We're going to get through this. So for us, if we start taking things for what they are and get out of our emotions, we will be so far along.
Do you believe punishment? Punishment is not only meant for the perpetrator, but it's also to deter others from said acts.
You see it.
Do you believe the punishment that was bestowed upon Monique was not only to punish you, but to deter others from saying what you said?
And I don't know if people get what they're talking about is the punishment he's talking about is the punishment of her coming out and speaking about the bullshit that's going on, basically.
Well, Shannon, see here, and I'm going to answer that. But sometimes we act like we don't know our history. See, back in the day when they had us in chains, they would beat one real good.
Right. But in front of the others.
In front of the others, and they let everybody know what you don't want is that type of ass whooping.
Right.
So what they said was, we're going to beat Monique really good. We're going to sit her down. And I made it public. Financially, my family took a hit, Shannon. And when I tell you we took a hit,
right,
we took a hit. So when you see our sister go through that, you see her go through, and we act like our eyes didn't see what it saw when we watched that promotion happen with The Color Purple.
Right.
We wanted to act like we didn't see how Oprah Winfrey treated Taraji. In my humble opinion, when you saw her walk up, you saw that there was tension. You saw that there was something happening.
Right.
And then when you see Taraji write her a love letter, it's like, listen, we got to stand tall and stand strong on what we know. We know you were mistreated. We know it wasn't right. We know it was unfair. And then you turn around and say, oh, but Lady O handled it. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that because that allows Lady O to keep on doing what she's doing. And we're in a position of, I don't want to say nothing because we saw how Monique got whooped. Now, again, that's just my humble opinion. But I don't know I don't know how else to frame that. It's like, listen, you better fix that because you saw what they did to her. You saw how they treated her.
Is it a situation, do you believe it's a situation that Oprah might have faced something similar that maybe wasn't as public as you? And she's looking at it, well, if I faced that, went through it and came out on the other side and look at me, it should be okay. Because sometimes we get that with parents. You know, I struggle. You say my kids should have to struggle sometimes also. Do you think that might be something going on with her? Or you just like, there's a disconnect?
There's a disconnect.
Okay.
There's a disconnect, and there's been a disconnect for years. There's a disconnect. And I think what happens is we place people on these pedestals and we say, oh, no, you can't do no wrong. We don't even want to hear it.
Right.
And when you hear cats say, you know what they do? They don't say anything and they act like it didn't happen. I'm going to keep talking until you take accountability.
Right.
Until you say, Uncle, I've done this. That's why it was so important.
So do you think that by her saying that about Taraji, do you think that that was her kind of, not going at her, but kind of saying, come on, Taraji, have some backbone. Why you say this? She called it a love letter. That's what she called it. I think that in itself, her saying that Taraji telling people what happened with the Color Purple and the situation, even with her just calling it a love letter, to me, I was like, damn, she called it a love letter. Like, so the way she feels, she shouldn't have never said that shit.
Well, I look at it like this. If if Oprah made it right, then Oprah made it right. You know what I'm saying? She followed up with she shouldn't have did that because that would allow Oprah to continue treating people this way.
Right.
Not if she has been put on Front Street for one by you, and now she's put on Front Street by Taraji. But if she corrected the situation with Taraji, and she done took a lot of backlash, whether it hurt her or not financially, which it probably didn't, then I don't think she will continue to put that on her name or her brand because that would be stupid of her. Because nobody would want to work with Oprah, which we know Oprah rich. She don't really give a fuck, but at the same time, you have to protect your brand. So I think Monique said that in thinking to herself that she don't think Oprah corrected the financial situation.
I'm gonna say that Monique is only back on the scene because of the Taraji interview.
Okay.
That's the only reason she's here. And basically to point out that people are listening to Taraji because she's light skinned, and nobody listen to her because she's fat, black, and ugly.
And that's one thing she did mention was that there was someone before Rosa Parks, but Rosa Parks didn't fit the bill of that person. Because she did bring that up. She did bring that up. I will say it's hard in a 3-hour interview to hit on all of these points, but definitely I will point out that she did bring up the fact that there was another woman, I guess, who was, dark skinned, such and such, and it didn't fit the bill for whatever reason. And when Rosa Parks came about, that fit the bill of what they wanted to see, type of thing. So that goes into a whole different discussion. But I get what you're saying.
So let me ask both of y'all this. You know what I'm saying? Because we touched on it, but didn't go into depth. When we talking about the higher ups, let's go to Kevin Hart. Let's go to Tyler Perry. Hell, even Oprah. Oprah is a fucking brand in herself, but we know there was a megastar who's making a lot of money. So if they were told, don't fucking work with Monique, do you hold them accountable for doing it, for actually obeying what was told to them? To me, that's some sucker shit, but I know it gets deep when we go into the industry and the entertainment business and the powers that be, but you don't find nothing wrong with that.
Well, I can only go for I'm not in that industry, so it's hard to answer that question. But what I will say is I think people should deal with people on the basis that they have dealt with you to an extent, because certain shit, if someone running around saying, I'm a rapist, you don't want no part. You see them saying, like, so if they have not shown you that personally, then no, you should not, just because Tyler Perry say something, you shouldn't be like, oh, I can't work with Monique because I heard Tyler Perry on the interview saying that she hard to work with or something,
Right.
I feel like it's passing the buck, and it's always just arguing amongst ourselves. Okay, I would say that Tyler Perry will be one of the gatekeepers to the gatekeepers, but the thing is that, like, when you heard the conversation, Tyler Perry said that you accosted these white folks, so now I can't. These motherfuckers is what put me in my position. Lionsgate, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they made him a boss. He's his own boss, but at the same time, he still got to answer to them. You piss off the people he answered to, he is actually in a powerless position, you idiot. So basically, for Tyler Perry to side with her, he has to go against his bosses, and might get blackballed or defunded or whatever you want to call it. So it's like that's the problem. Like, there's not enough black people I heard people talking about us doing our own Grammys and everything like that, right? But I heard this one guy talk about it and he made sense. We can't just do our own Grammys and make it a black Grammys. That's the thing we keep on doing. We keep on doing things and making it black, which automatically makes it smaller. Which we're gonna make an award show or whatever. We have to make it for everybody. Everybody has to be included. White people, black people, Mexican, everybody. You know what I'm saying? So then actually you're going against everybody. How can you be the best at something if you're only going against black people?
Right.
So yeah, I was like, yeah, it's some crazy shit out there. Like this is gonna be a hard fix, bro. Because like anybody who jumps out there is gonna get cooked, bro. Cat Williams jumped out there, got cooked. I'm talking about everybody. I ain't talking about just you're gonna get blackballed, and that means you out. You know what I
But
mean?
is it really blackball though? Cat Williams, he definitely was selling tickets for it. He definitely was selling tickets before the club Shay, but his shit sold the fuck out after he did the Shay. So is it really being blackballed, or is it just your revenue coming from a different source? It's not coming from Lion Gates, it's coming from your show.
Well, basically,
your brand.
Blackball means you've been cut off from all of the other industries where you know what I'm trying to say. So you're like he's cut off from Hollywood, he's cut off from these big budgets, he's cut off from these big promotion. So everything he got to do it on his own.
So in the contradiction I see in that is him saying stuff like to Ludacris about that he is intertwined with these, 10 movie deals and shit. So on one hand, you can't cry about being blackballed from something if you gonna sit and talk about people who are in with them at the same time. Do you see that as a contradiction, or how you look at that?
Well, I'm telling you, I think that he didn't sign up because after he made the comment about putting it in this contract where certain black men have to wear dresses, kind of tears away from the fact that you throwing them under the bus for putting the dress on.
Yeah,
so that was kind of weird to me right there.
What'd you say, boss?
I don't believe it. I don't believe he put that shit in no fucking contract.
He said it over and over. He said it multiple times. He said
I heard him say it. You're right, but I just don't believe. What kind of fucking stipulation is that? But I just don't believe that, man. But I wanted to share this real quick because
go ahead.
This conversation actually takes me back to this interview right here.
Okay,
and they went at it, and it goes back to what we're talking about: the powers that be. And Steve Harvey was like, "Listen, I ain't finna goddamn sacrifice shit." So hopefully I got it on the right one. But check this out.
What I want you to understand about this whole thing.
Yes.
As we try to come through this, because what I want really is for you to come through, because I know who you really are.
This is good.
So what I want you to do is come through this with a different way. Because you, Monique, you my girl. I love you like a sister. I hate what's happening to you. I hate what they're saying that's not true. I want them to know that you are Carrie, that you're a great mother, that you are incredible talent. I don't like the fact that you've been blackballed. You can be unblackballed. You too talented to have to worry about all this where the next one coming from. I want this to end for you. Well, I want it to end for you, Monique, because I love you. Because these people are doing it the wrong way, and you better than that. You are better than that. I probably should have called you as soon as, but I didn't. I got a lot of stuff going on, so I didn't. When I did call you, I listened to you. But I began telling you at the very beginning, I think we're going about this the wrong way. Now, we keep saying stuff in the interim that keeps just making it worse. Hollywood know you talented.
But it's making it worse for who?
It's making it worse.
For who?
Okay, if you think it's cool, then it's cool.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's not cool, Mo.
For who?
It's not cool.
For who?
The fact that we're sitting here arguing like this.
We're not arguing.
Okay, we're discussing.
You and your sister, we having a conversation that mommy and daddy are here right now, and I'm going to punch you in your mouth. That's the conversation. Bam, bam. I think what happens, though, is I've had to understand how to agree to disagree without being upset. And that's the thing. I disagree with my brother. I'm not upset with you. I love you. I disagree with the way Oprah, Lee, and Tyler did it.
Cool.
But I love them.
I'll give you that. Now, guess what we need to do to move forward and fix this?
Come on.
These people owe you an apology. You owe those people an apology. Then we can move forward.
Yeah, he laughed.
What?
See how she laughed? She said, that's that nigga, you must be out your motherfucking mind. That's that laugh.
So pretty much what he's saying, and when she say she's going about it the wrong way, is like the powers that be, like, you up against some shit that you can't win. You know what I'm saying? I think that this part one, they really was going at it, but I understand what he's saying. And Steve, like, it's about taking care of my family. So is either you stand up for what's right and possibly lose a check, or you just keep your fucking mouth closed and just keep getting paid and let them continue to do this to every fucking black actor or actress in the game. How y'all feel about that?
Well, this is basically a microcosm of what's going on the grand scale. I'm talking about from everybody, for exchanging time for kibbles and bits. So it's and none of us are willing to walk out, homeschool our children, and walk out from these jobs and demand better pay. Well, we can actually work 40 hours and afford to actually take care of ourselves and live comfortably. So it's just like that in the industry with the slaves that do the acting and they do the singing. All of the people at the top make all of the money. You got to go out there and do shows if you want to get your money. And it's the same thing. It's just a microcosm of it.
It's to me, it's a lose-lose situation, man, because like we all know, we don't have the power to move that needle either way. So it's just like, I know New get mad when I say, man, I'm just gonna continue to live my fucking life. I can't control the shit that you telling me. I can't control this shit that you saying keep your eyes open for. I can be aware of it, but what the fuck am I gonna do? Because I don't have no fucking power. And I believe that's pretty much what Steve was telling her. Man, just get your check and just shut up. But at the same time, you're like, damn, is it really like that? Yeah.
In Hollywood, and definitely in Hollywood, it's the way it look. It's like that. And as far as it being a microcosm in daily life of people who are living paycheck to paycheck, which I think is like 60% of Americans are damn near living paycheck to paycheck. Like a quarter of America cannot even pay their bills for 4 months and be good without any income, because that's the type of society we live in. So it's like we're chained to this shit to a certain extent, man.
Yeah, D-Love say that's defeat talk he gave her. Is it?
What would you do, boss? What would you do? D was on the show with Monique, and Monique was trying to get you to help defend. You knew she was in the right, and you knew she had been done wrong, but you also know the rules that you don't talk about it publicly.
You might think I'm capping in the sense that I ain't pocket watching. We know who got the big bag, who got the big check, but if I got my investments right, and if I want to stand up and speak for what's right, like Monique is doing, they blackball me, fuck it. I got enough money to take care of my kids and my family that comes after that after I die. As long as I keep investing and put my money in the right places, fuck them.
But I quit to cancel a nigga show. Right? You see how they did our
but you see, and what you said, boss. When I think of that, I think back to the Club Shay Monique when she said she was only making $2 million a year. And at that point, $2 million a year, as opposed to something else that you could be making, which is a lot more. As she said, the Parkers alone, they made $800 million off of the Parkers, and she made something like $50,000 a year to do 22 episodes a year, something like that. But at that point, you said what?
I think it was $2 billion, if I'm not mistaken, because I seen something on YouTube about that. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, but it definitely wasn't $2 million. So what I said that to say, basically, when it comes down to it, yeah, you got to if you're gonna go about it that way, you got to downsize. If you had a 9-bedroom house and you was renting that bitch, shit, get turn them 9 bedrooms into 4 bedrooms. You gotta do what you got. If you're gonna go it, that's why I say if you're gonna go about it that way, you have to, I guess, make your lifestyle comparable to your life experience, to your life.
Don't live
what
outside
you can
your
afford.
means.
Yeah, you're living beyond your means. You have to lower that, because you're living beyond your means at that point. If they're blackballing you, okay, I got to do some things different. Taraji was up here talking about, what she get paid and what she gives to her manager, to her stylist, to her makeup artist, to her this, to her that. Well, shit, maybe make the stylist your makeup artist then at that point. But you got to do something at that point. I mean, unless you're going to go underwater and you just sink and you're going to drown, man, because it's shit cold world, man.
I had a whole idea to do a whole series of videos called Racism by the Numbers, right? We could talk about all these incidents all day, but all you got to do is go look at the numbers. That's all you got to do. Go look at all of the numbers. Look at Marvel. Look at DC. Just go look at the numbers. Look at what the black actors get paid and look at what the white actors get paid. And there you go right there. You got to argue no further.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and I think that's the reason behind a lot of this. Yeah, it ain't been put out like that, but that's the problem.
That's what it is. They're not paying. They're not paying the black people right. That's just plain what it is.
So again, that goes back to the Steve Harvey situation. Do you just shut the fuck up and take what you get? Because I actually heard them interview what's the actress that used to like 50 Cent? What's the goddamn name? Older chick.
Vivica Fox.
They was asking like, so how do you feel about the situation that's currently going on?
Right.
And she was like, "Oh, I'm good. I love my sisters and my heart goes out to them, but I never dealt with that. I'm good." And it was almost like, nah, boo boo. I shut the fuck up and I still got my check.
So that's what I'm saying. So like people like Oprah, if she probably went through what she went through coming up. Like all black people really have to go through. That's another thing. We get too comfortable with being done wrong. We get comfortable with being done wrong. We expect it. It's in our history. It's still going on today. So we kind of give a little passes to things that happen to us as well. But once you get on Oprah and Jay-Z, no status, man, they not about to fuck up their bag for y'all. But I'm just keeping it real with y'all. Y'all can do all y'all want to. Y'all can cry. Yeah, they not about to fuck up their bag for y'all.
So
that's true. But would you?
Would I?
Yeah.
Would you fuck up your bag?
Being the person that I am, I would have probably never got the bag. I would have never got to it.
Okay. That's a good answer.
That's a good fucking answer. Hey, shit, I forgot what I was going to say.
And that's the one thing I want to ask y'all real quick. What did y'all think? Y'all don't think it's something kind of slick up with that fucking Grammy though? Like, is they trying to hush him up? Because Killer Mike was very, very militant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like a pacifier. You talking about
like a pacifier. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, he got up there and did the goddamn spin and shit.
Hey, the only thing I think kind of made me think maybe it was not that. It's just because it actually was good music. That's the part that I'm tussling with that, because I said the same thing. Oh, I didn't say the same thing. I didn't use the word pacifier to Boss, but I was like, how Killer Mike, he's like a black activist. He's in the meetings with mayors in Georgia, and so he's definitely has formed himself into being a public speaker at colleges and all of these things. So with being a person like that, who's actually what looks to be like actually for the people, giving him this, like, what does it say about the institution of the Oscars, and what does it say about himself that he's actually being a part of this when he knows what systems are in place? And the only thing that makes me not want to go with that narrative is just because the music and what he's saying is actually lining up. It ain't like someone like a Meek Mills who he's doing this and that for prison reform and then come out with an album talking about killing niggas and got niggas in jail who will put money on you. Like, it ain't the same with Killer Mike. That's why.
Now,
that's what
this is where it begins. You ready, boss? When have they really ever gave a Grammy to some real good music? That's question number one. That's question number one.
A couple of days ago they did.
That's question number one. Killer Mike, right?
Right.
Okay, so that's question number one. Question number two. his acceptance speech. I don't care what they say. It don't matter how old you is, how black your ass is. Woo, 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 woo. It's almost like he's saying that, hey, white supremacy ain't really real. I've been pacified. I'm good now. The struggle is over. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like to me, bro.
No, I think he was talking to our community. Because think about how many times we hear or see on social media where they say, y'all niggas need to stop rapping, y'all too old. I think he was talking to us about how we treat each other. Like I said, Andre 3000 said, I'm too old. I ain't got nothing else to rap about. Shouldn't me. This man just won 3 Grammys at 48 years old. No, I don't think it's what you're saying, bro. I have to disagree with that.
Okay, so let's go back to well, basically, have you ever, we had these conversations before where we talk about when they give out these awards, like Denzel been the greatest actor for 30 years, and then they give him a fucking award for Training Day. Halle Berry was a phenomenal actor, but they give her an award for giving a white man some head in the movie. Okay, so you know where I'm coming from?
Yep. I know where you're going with this.
So I'm just saying there's just too many coincidences with this. Just, like for real, when do they really give out the Grammys to the real good music? And it was some good music though. I'm gonna lie, it was. I listened to the whole thing straight through.
Yeah. I want to put this on the screen real quick because
Miss Lorraine Wilder.
I think this goes to what I really want to say. Nikki New say forming a Black Hollywood labor union might be necessary. And guess what'll happen if that happens? The same thing that happened to BET. And I bring that up because when we talked about this several times, Jizzle, we hold this award from the Grammys as prestigious. You know what I'm saying? When we had our own award show that Black people eventually abandoned. Yes, of course, they stole it. We know that. It's not owned by Black people no more. You know what I'm saying? Who fucking fault is that? You know what I'm saying? We know who used to own it, but now he sold it. Why? Because they threw an astronomical number out to him that he never.
Yeah, that's why. Right there.
And you're like, okay, you know what? Fuck this BET shit. And now nobody fucking watches BET no more.
And it goes back.
My fault. Go ahead.
Well, you go ahead. You go ahead.
So when Nikki New speaks of forming, this labor union for Blacks, how long will it last? I think a lot of people from my generation are hoping one day that BET comes back and be the way it used to be.
No,
keep hoping. Shit, I love BET, man.
Well, I'm saying that it ain't gonna happen.
It ain't. It's not.
I'm just throw that out there. The Source Awards, I think it was good. I think the Source Awards, if it was gonna happen, it would have been with the Source Awards. Definitely, and you got BET Plus, which is 25% owned by Tyler Perry at this point, which is the streaming service of BET, and he owns 25% of it. But yeah, man.
Hey, is Power the Simpsons for Black folks? Because Jukebox got arrested after she performed, and then Killer Mike got arrested right after that 2 days later on the Grammys. Y'all watch Power? Oh, my bad.
Nah, I don't watch. I ain't seen. I watched the first season of Power and half of the second season, but all that Kanan and Raising Kanan, I haven't watched any of the since then.
Yeah. So Jukebox performed with her little group, and then right after she performed, she got arrested in front of everybody. And then 2 days later, that
but to
I'm like, wow.
To Cupcake's point, I feel the same way about politics, and I don't want to go into politics too much, but I feel the same way about having a Black party. Aside from the Democrats, we look at the Democrats as a Black party, but a Black union within politics, and I don't see it happening. I don't think it will, because how hard is it going to get, to get ADOS in line with, the FBA in line with NOI, in line with Pan-Africanism, in line with, these are all separate compartmentalize our life experience to the point to where that happening, I think it's just it's so far-fetched at this point that it just won't happen.
I think we gotta start addressing things on a more of a human's rights basis. I'm talking about for everybody, because we are all holding hands in this modern day slavery. White, black, Mexican, Latino, everybody. So
I'm surprised to hear you say that.
Hey, I'm glad you said. I'm glad he said that.
Hey,
that's real.
Keep on, keep going. I'm trying to see where you're going with it.
Yeah, because the only thing that keeps the races that are looked at as pristine periods because of all the little loopholes they get to go through. You know, the loans they get, and you know the neighborhoods they get to live in, and all these different things. But it's a bunch of people that look just like them living just like we live.
Yeah, facts, bro. And that makes you wonder, like, it makes you truly believe in that, what they call it, the 1% shit. Those families, 13 families.
So it's more of a classism thing now, because if you look at it, you got black people that's signing on with the system too. Like you talk about Jay-Z and Oprah and everybody, and that goes along for the middle class black people too, because the educated black people look down on the uneducated black people. It's the same thing going on with everybody. So it's more of a us problem versus just black problem.
But you know, when you start talking like that, what happens though, right?
What's that?
When you start talking like that, people start saying that you're forgetting about us. Like, anytime there's a black movement or us trying to feed us, and you talk about any other race, any other body besides blacks, then you're gonna get looked at
because the majority of black people are looking at people to fix things from an emotional standpoint. They watched us get sprayed with hoses and bit by dogs and beaten to death right on TV, and they watch us get shot with cops, and they give more fuck about a dog or a bear at a zoo than they care about us. So that we got to stop going with the emotional thing. They don't care about us. They give us a couple $1 million to our family member, and we move on. But they don't care about us. So we got to go from a logical standpoint. Let's involve everybody in the injustice so we can look at the injustice.
And it's
I think it'd be better to go to the forefront, like, hey man, y'all fucking over us. Me and my black people, we fucked up. Them white people over there, they fucked up. Them Chinese people, we got homeless people, Chinese people out here on the block in California. You know what I'm saying?
I think what would end up happening, I think people would, it would be, a white person out there that makes $25,000 a year would be saying, I ain't fucking with you niggas. Like, so it's kind of hard, man. It's definitely.
Man, we got veterans out here sitting on the corner in a wheelchair with one leg with a sign. Everywhere. Them white folks.
That's facts.
Them white folks.
True.
That's facts.
This whole country is fucked up. They just sent billions of dollars over there. We can't even say their name because we get our chunk took down, but we got homeless people right here. We got people right here that's messed up, bro. So, like I told you, we can't do nothing from an emotional standpoint because they don't care. It's gonna have to be logical. So it's like everybody gonna have to come together. Like, we ain't going to work until we get paid right. Period. We can't eat like this. We're not eating like this. I mean, everybody got to come together and do it.
Just imagine it's gonna take some fucking trust and faith for everybody to do that, bro. And a lot of people say, "No, hell no. What if this many people do it and it still ain't fucking enough? And now I done lost my goddamn job." That's the problem right there, bro. It's making that sacrifice of what you said, and I agree, because they do that for a lot of reasons.
Well, it's actually
don't buy no gas for this day. Make them ass drop these prices, shit like that.
It's actually deeper than that. We wanted to crumble the system. If you ever thought about it, they don't want nobody living out in the boonies and living out on their own and getting their own water supply, their own food supply, chickens, eggs, cows. You know what I'm saying? They don't want nobody going that route because this, you know what I mean? Because that's like, them kind of people be like, I don't need y'all money from the government. I don't need your food stamps. I don't need your taxes and none of that. I got my own. So that's what it's all about. It's controlling us through the comfortability of gadgets and making life, all the things that they do to make life easier, makes life harder.
It's about convenience.
They make it convenient for us to make our life hard.
And I guess you have to be prepared for some shit like that. Like, the lioness, she got eggs and shit and So if you're prepared for what you just said, then yeah, it's easy for you to make that decision. But if you like me, who just paying for his mortgage and paying bills, going to work,
They got
you
us by the
say,
balls, bro. They got us all by the balls.
yes, they do. Oh man, great discussion, man. Great discussion, man. This y'all. Salute to you, Doc.
All I say, I guess, in conclusion, man, everybody who can hear my voice, live below your means.
Yeah.
Your bank account, your how much you got in that shoebox, all of that, man. That's what I'm focused on right now. I'm trying to get as many of them G's as I can in my possession, at my disposal, but it's not disposal. There's no such thing as extra money, and this is going into economics a little bit, but there's no such thing as extra money. If you get a raise on the job, stay doing the same shit you was doing. If you get your taxes, do the same shit you was doing. Your nest egg is the most important thing. Well, for me, I'm speaking for myself. My nest egg is the most important thing to me. How many of them G's I got in my bank account? And that's kind of what it boiled down to for me. I hear people say, if the system crash and all this, okay, well, make it to where if it shit do, then you good. Make it to where if you get, fired and can't get unemployment, that you good for a whole year, 2, 3 years.
Talk your shit, man. Talk your goddamn shit, boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
You got any final words, Doc?
Yeah, I got some final words. YJ, I'm gonna do a show tomorrow, and I want you to, if you get time, to come over and chime in. I want to talk to you about toxic relationships and about that. What do you think about that? Because I was actually chimed into something you were talking about, where you were talking about how you don't want to be involved in toxic relationships and all this and that. And I want you to tell me where does toxic begin, and what do you think it is, and who do you think causes it? You know what I'm saying? Is it the man or the woman, or either or? I don't know. I want to kind of get your take on that.
Okay, most definitely. I definitely will. You said it tomorrow. I'm definitely
tomorrow.
off. Yeah, I'm off till Monday. So shit. Super Bowl. I'm from KC. I'm not a football watcher, but I watch KC and they in the Super Bowl. So it's definitely hold on, man. Boss trying to let me cut my camera. Hold on, man. Definitely it's KC all day with me. So Sunday is gonna be, but definitely, man, I'll tap in, man, see what you talking about, because I definitely think I can shed some light on that topic, man. Salute for coming
Yeah, so I want to check it out. All right. Shout out to Boss, man. I'm gonna slide,
man.
y'all. Shout out to the chat room. I'm gonna slide.
Man, we appreciate you, Doc.
All right, for sure. Y'all too, bro.
Man, this is a great motherfucking live, great conversation, man. Hey, I wouldn't change a goddamn thing about this live, man.
Oh yeah, definitely some good conversation. Think we hit 18 out this bitch. I think that's the record.
For real. Yeah, that's been shot up, man. Hey, salute to everybody, all of our new subscribers, man, who rocking with us here on the Bank channel, man. Definitely love to our day ones, A1s. We got Lioness, 80s baby. We got Miss Young. We got D Love. We got Nikki New. Shit, help me out here. I don't want to miss no goddamn body, man. We got Blue Devil in the goddamn building, man.
Hey, salute Tom, man, too. I think that's the first time I seen Tom in the chat coming in here talking that shit. Now, you're going to have to let us know if you're a man or a woman, Tom, if you still listening, because I don't like to put that gender on people. I ain't one of them people where we, it ain't got, nowadays in 2024, but I ain't going to go into that. But definitely salute to everybody that came through. Third Ward, Colombian came through this thing, man.
Third.
Salute.
Yeah, man.
Third came through.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
80s, baby.
Make sure you also, if you haven't, we're on Facebook. We got the BMG Club. We also got the BMG page on Facebook as well. We got the BMG Instagram. So yeah, make sure you go follow.
That's up to what you said that was up to the BMG Club, up to like 1 something.
No, the BMG page is at 182 followers.
Okay.
BMG Club, I think we might be at 20 because I just created that page.
Yeah, you just hey shit. That's growth, man. That's growth, man. we started from scratch, man. So
Most definitely. It's public now, but eventually the BMG club will turn private. So I'll send out invites, but just want for the people who know us to find it. But once we hit a certain number, we're gonna turn it private because the BMG page is public. You can go there and just see what we're doing. But the BMG club page, we just want to hear from you. Give us ideas for what you would like to hear us do on this page, because what we do for you. I know that's a song or something like that, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? So
the content, I just want to say, just for me, I don't know about the content and the videos in the groups and we do that for y'all. For music, I do music for me. I just wanted to make that distinction. I do music for me. I love music. If it wasn't 0 people listening, I'm gonna do music. I just want to throw that out there.
That's Jizzle. You wouldn't be Jizzle if you wouldn't have said what you just said. Jizzle let me know that shit off rip, man. Man, fuck that. I'm doing this shit for me.
The comments and concerns expressed on Bank Music Group Live do not, or the comments expressed by YJ do not reflect the comments. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think they know we have our own personalities, man. And,
Especially
to decipher. So we're gonna be who we are. They love us for who we are. So shit, that's what it is, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up. Again, thank y'all for tuning in. What y'all want to hear when we close? I want to hear what this first song y'all put in the chat that we've done. We gonna play that motherfucker.
Okay.
First song I see in the chat that we've done. Hopefully we got it in the goddamn in the banner brand tab. But put in the chat what you want to hear. The first one I see, we gonna play it and we gone.
Boom.
Gotta
give him 30 seconds. We gotta give him about 30 seconds.
Yeah, I was finna say ain't no goddamn way in hell they put no song here that goddamn quick.
Yeah. But yeah, man, definitely dope live. We gonna be back, man. What's today? Friday?
Friday. Yeah, I'm finna hit the liquor store real quick. Oh, there it is.
D-Love. That's crazy. Hey, that go with the feel good story. Killer Mike. We hopped on that Down by Law by Killer Mike. Produced by Corey Moe, who was a UGK producer, 8-Ball MJG, Southern producer from Texas. We're going to get into that Down by Law.
Yeah. Hey, True Volume 2. Out now, man. Go cop it, man. Dope out. We're going to see y'all on the flip side, man. Appreciate y'all. Here's Down by Law. Face card. Go cop it.
I try to give you the game, but y'all niggas are soft.
Down by law. Down by law. Down by law.
One more time, right back on your ass, nigga.
Down by law.
This is Boss Man Busy, and I am in the building, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Let's ride, man. I just been minding my business. I really been grinding, my nigga. Focus on getting the digits. No, I'm not cooking no dope in the kitchen. No, cause that might just get me a sin. And it's too many snitches. These niggas be tripping, so I don't let these niggas come visit. Cause they be thinking that you competition. I just try to teach them, but niggas don't listen. I've been one of the realest. You can pretend you don't feel it. See, I don't be talking in riddles. I'm trying to feed you and give you your vittles. But most of these niggas is giving out pillows. They try to keep all of my dogs in the kennel. While I keep me a chauffeur, you riding no rental. See, I done try giving you niggas a visual, but you niggas pitiful. It's time to get rid of it. Cause I done got sick of these niggas who talking that talking ain't really about what they be saying. Cause what I deliver should be on demand. And what they be giving should be in the can. I don't give a damn. Get out your feelings, my nigga. You know I've been building, my nigga. Cause they know that I've been the king of the village. So don't you act silly, cause I can reveal it, my nigga. I'm over 40, I'm still in my prime. Still giving the truth, why these niggas be lying. I hop in the booth and it feel like I glide. Why these little suckers be claiming they tired? It's just an excuse, I don't pay them no mind. These niggas should never be paid a dime. They just taking your time, and they know I'm breaking it down. Ain't no use hanging around. Trust me, I don't need your pound.
Nah, down by law.
Down by law.
See, the code is all that I know. Down by law.
By law.
In the avenue that we go, Done it all for the cause.
Down by law.
See, the code is all that I know.
Down by law.
Anytime, any place, tell them give a nigga space. Hey, pull up like I'm in a spaceship, I'm focused. Eyes on the prize, and it's obvious when y'all do hoe shit. We don't do what y'all be doing, y'all be on some other shit I noticed. Politicking, not to mention, I just sit and watch you niggas bogus. Sit them on down, hey, this is detention, down by law. Boy, you gon' have to listen, do it for the cause. Still trying to grow, but I still got flaws. Shit, breaking the cycle, shit hard to do, it's not easy. Shoulda knew that, had to cool out, took a new route. We all we got, just trying to get a knot, head to the top. Boss had a plot, foot it in dope, put it in motion. Motion, down by law.
Down by law.
See, the code is all that I know. Down by law. Any avenue that we go, done it all for the cause.
Down by law.
See, the code is all that I know.
Down by law.
Anytime, any place, tell them give a nigga space. Hey. Now ride out. Yup, ride out. Yeah. Face card.